You're knocking on
Been hearing a
Swave.
lot of things going on in the battle rap world. We was trying to figure out, is there an issue or what is the issue between you and URL right now?
Damn, right in, huh?
Yeah, you know, and I also want to know, does it have anything to do with the PGs versus Vets card as well? So,
I'm glad you took wind of hearing something about a PGs versus Vet card. So, first and foremost, there ain't no RBE URL problem. I have yet to hear somebody say my name, my brother's name, Shota, J Side, Big Dan, Dr. God, Hef, or RBE. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying our name. You know what I mean? So maybe it's just little competitive cheap shots. You know what I'm saying? But I said this recently, like, I'm not going to be naive and act like I can't put two and two together. There's been a lot of coincidences. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of like little shots that's been getting thrown from like certain people. I know my man Raw, he hit me up. Somebody behind the scenes got at him and told him to do him versus Suge on their league after I announced it was going down on RBE. So to me, shit like that is disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between competitive type shit, like you could say I'm the best, or they suck, come over here, this is the NBA and all that. That's cool. That's all little shots and just competition. But when you cross the line business-wise behind the scenes, that's disrespect to me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's other little shots. You mentioned rookies versus vets. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, everybody knows Blood, Sweat, and Tears is in that type of format November 1st. So when you hear something called a warm-up card for Summer Madness, and then you get out there and the sign says rookie versus vets, you know, I get a bunch of text messages from people whose minds think the same shit, that they trying to undermine Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You know what I mean? So people's thinking that too. So because of all these little shots that I keep hearing, people acting like they're going to do cards on the same dates as mine, which was Lift It So, they say that on the radio and interviews and all shit like that, I got to assume that it's little shots. But real beef, come on. I'm working with grown men, grown women. You know what I'm saying? I got my own thing going on, my own lane, my own people behind me. We finance great. So I'm not worried about all those other little cheap shots. You know what I mean, as long as people don't super cross the line, then it is what it is.
I dig. Alright. So you, like you were saying, you do have the next event, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, going down November 1st.
Yeah. And
it has some real crazy lineups. What was the hardest matchup for you to bring together out of all of that? Because you got Arsonal vs Big Kannon, O Red Vs Opps, Swave vs Showof, Goodz Vs Ahdi Boom, Rosenberg Raw Vs Jai, Bonnie vs Melato Black, Cash Capone vs Sin Sity, K Walker vs Crazy George, Lex Luthor vs Jay Worth, and Jimz versus question mark.
Yeah. So probably the two hardest battles was Jimz versus question mark. The surprise battle. And I'd have to say Opps versus O Red. You know what I'm saying? That was tough to make. Took a few. Me and O Red had to go back and forth a little bit, do a little bit of extra negotiating and everything like that.
What made that like so difficult to get those guys?
Because at first, I think when me and O Red was talking, I think the only thing that he thought is that I just wanted to, you know, do him versus Opps. And I think right now, you know, O Red is at the top of the game. He's one of the best doing it right now. So I think he kind of felt like right now he doesn't really need to battle Opps, you know, or maybe Opps could take a few more battles and continue to, you know, raise his resume and shit. But later on when we doubled back and O Red understood what the card was and what it looked like and the theme of the card and what we was doing, then he was like, oh, alright, like this is sick. You know what I'm saying? So we spoke, we went back and forth a little bit, negotiated a little bit, and he's fully on board now. You know what I'm saying? He's fully on board now. As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all heard, but O Red versus Opps is now a live judged battle in the building with $2,000 on the line.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's now $2,000 on the line, live, judged. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how many times we get to see judge battles, you know what I'm saying, live with cash on the line.
That's crazy.
O Red versus Opps is going down in the building like that.
Who's going to be the judges?
So right now we're deciding whether it's going to be the three co-hosts that cop the co-host tickets to be in the building, or if it's going to be two of the co-hosts and Math Hoffa, since Math Hoffa is co-hosting. You know what I'm saying? So it might be Math and then two people that'll fuck with RBE with that co-host ticket. So we're deciding. You know I mean, but we're gonna square it away. But the money and everything, that live judge battle, that's all locked away. That's definitely going down November 1st.
That's dope. That's official.
That's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
This that motherfucking block life. You posted at the stop sign. Pumpers run up on you at the stoplight. Keep your noggin on swivel foot.